For more than 2 decades, the Palazzo Versace Gold Coast stood alone as the Gold Coast's most recognisable luxury hotel. It was bold, theatrical, and unmistakably branded. But the Versace era has now ended. After the fashion house's branding agreement expired in 2023, the property was rebranded as the Imperial Hotel. Now the building is entering its next chapter, with global hospitality giant Hilton stepping in to transform the property into Australia's first LXR hotels and resorts hotel. And it's not the only international luxury brand arriving. Across the Gold Coast, global hotel operators are quietly positioning themselves for the region's next growth phase. From Mondrian hotels at Burleigh Heads to proposed marina developments linked with Ritz-Carlton, the city is entering what could be described as a luxury brand's arms race. So, what's driving it? And what does it mean for property investors, developers, and buyers across Queensland? Let's unpack it. The Hilton takeover. What's actually planned? The rebrand of the former Versace is more than just a name change. Under an agreement with the property's owner, Hilton will manage the property under its luxury LXR hotels and resorts portfolio. The hotel is expected to reopen in early 2027 following a major refurbishment. Key details of the redevelopment include approximately 200 luxury guest rooms and suites, extensive renovations to the existing hotel interior, preservation of the building's distinctive Italian-inspired architecture, upgraded restaurants, pool areas, and guest facilities, and integration into the global Hilton Honors loyalty network. Located on the Spit at Southport, the waterfront property sits beside Marina Mirage and offers direct access to the Gold Coast's broadwater. For Hilton, the project is significant because it represents the first Australian property for the LXR luxury brand, which is a curated collection of high-end hotels in destinations such as Bali, Kyoto, and Beverly Hills. In other words, the Gold Coast isn't just getting another hotel, it's becoming part of the Hilton's global luxury portfolio. The Gold Coast's new luxury hotel wave. For decades, the Gold Coast tourism economy was dominated by large domestic hotel brands and holiday apartments. Luxury branding existed, but it was limited. That dynamic is now changing. Several major international hotel brands have either recently entered the Gold Coast market or are planning developments there. Examples include rebranding of the former Palazzo Versace Gold Coast under Hilton's LXR hotels and resorts, the arrival of the Mondrian, proposed marina developments associated with Ritz-Carlton, and additional luxury resort projects around the Spit area. Individually, each project is interesting. Collectively, they signal something much bigger. The Gold Coast is repositioning itself as a global luxury destination. Think Miami. Why are global luxury hotel brands moving in? International hotel operators typically expand into markets where several economic signals align. Right now, the Gold Coast is ticking many of those boxes. Population growth. Southeast Queensland continues to experience strong population growth as interstate migration reshapes the region. International tourism recovery. International travel demands have rebounded strongly, particularly for premium leisure destinations. Infrastructure investment. Major infrastructure upgrades across southeast Queensland are improving the accessibility and tourism capacity. And of course, Brisbane Olympics. So the upcoming Olympic Games are already influencing investment decisions across the broader region for the economy. For global hospitality brands, those signals point to one conclusion. The Gold Coast is emerging as a serious luxury tourism market. What this means for property developers. For developers, attaching an international hotel brand to a project can dramatically change its economics. I did a blog on this last week, which I will link, all about Trump Tower. A strong global brand can increase buyer confidence, attract international investors, enhance prestige and positioning, and justify apartment prices in branded residential developments being higher. This is why many luxury hotel projects now include branded residences, apartments sold alongside the hotel and marketed under the same global brand. These projects are common in cities like Miami, Dubai, Singapore. They're now appearing more frequently in Australia. But branding alone does not remove development risk. Projects involving global hotel operators typically involve complex agreements, including hotel management agreements, brand licensing arrangements, long-term operating contracts, and development and planning approvals. Understanding these structures are critical for developers and investors alike. How branded residences work in luxury hotel developments. One of the most important trends behind the arrival of a global hotel brand on the Gold Coast is the rise of branded residences. These are private apartments sold within a development that's associated with a luxury hotel brand. In simple terms, buyers are not just purchasing an apartment, they're buying into a lifestyle of the global brand. In many projects around the world, residents may receive access to hotel-style services such as concierge and valet, housekeeping, hotel pools, spas and restaurants, priority access to resort amenities, and membership benefits within the hotel's global network. Developers often partner with hotel operators because a globally recognized brand can significantly increase buyer demand. In cities like Miami, Dubai, Singapore, branded residences frequently sell for 20 to 30% more than comparable non-branded apartments. Yes, that's right, 20 to 30% more just because of the branding. As more luxury hotel brands emerge on the Gold Coast, branded residences are likely to become more common here as well. Buyers are entering into a long-term relationship with the hotel brand and its operating structure. Understanding the legal framework is critical before committing to a luxury development. Why brand matters for investors. The transformation of the Palazzo Versace Gold Coast illustrates an important reality about luxury hospitality assets. Brands can change, management contracts expire. We didn't think we'd ever lose the Versace, but it's gone. New operators move in. When a property loses or gains a major international brand, the impact on perception and sometimes on value can be significant. For investors considering hotel developments or branded residences, the legal structure behind these arrangements often matter just as much as the brand itself. A new era for Gold Coast luxury property. The transformation of the former Palazzo Versace into a Hilton LXR hotel is more than a rebrand. It reflects a broader shift in how the Gold Coast is perceived on the global stage. International hotel brands, luxury marinas, super yacht terminals, branded residential towers are all signals of the same trend. The region is evolving from a domestic holiday destination into a serious international luxe market. For developers, that creates new opportunities to deliver world-class projects. For investors and buyers, it also introduces new layers of complexity around branding agreements, hotel management structures, and long-term operational arrangements. Understanding how these structures work is becoming increasingly important as global brands enter the Australian property market. Because while luxury branding can elevate a development, the long-term success of a project ultimately depends on the legal and commercial foundations behind it. If you're buying or selling property in Brisbane, the Gold Coast, or anywhere in Queensland, understanding how Queensland property law applies to your transaction is critical. Whether you're a first home buyer, investor, or developer assembling a site, tailored legal advice ensures you don't end up with costly surprises and a smooth sale all the way to settlement. Every contract is different and local conveyancing experience matters. Guys, hope you like this one. Hilton coming in, Versace long gone, Imperial also disappearing. Please give this a like, subscribe, and ideally share this with a friend that wants to know about Hilton on the Gold Coast. See you next week. Ladies and gentlemen, please keep in mind that all advice is general in nature and does not constitute legal advice. This is authorised by George Soros Empire Legal, Gold Coast, Queensland, Australia.